Okay, we're back. We're live. I told you I was coming back. Sort of a delay to the liberal idiot politician. Oh, shit. I told you I was coming back. God damn it. It's on my end. Damn. Sorry. Oh my god. I hope there's no echo. Thank you. Give me a thumbs up if you don't hear echo. Okay. I hope there's no echo. Oh, Jesus, there is an echo. Yo, bro, Joe Davis, welcome in. I hope there's not another echo because it's on my end. Yes, it is on my end. Damn it. Oh, y'all don't hear an echo? Okay, it must be on my end. Yes, it is on my end. Damn it. It is on my end. My bad. Alright. I would say welcome to HBX and Joe Davis. Yo, guys. What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back, welcome back. We are back. We are live. Everybody do all the things. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe. Oh, the room noise. Okay, and so that must be on my end. Primetime is right. This is might be my first and only time I'll do this. After you attacked my lizard, he reacted the same way like to the two spiders. I made that the funnest episode ever. And I was chasing this fucking lizard. I wanted to get it the fuck out of this house, and I did want to go in the backyard, but the damn lizard stole the show. Nachika, welcome in, welcome back. Hello, 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 hello. Alright, so the lizard is gone. If you need an update on the lizard, because the fucking lizard who you were all laughing at stole the damn thing. And it basically was real life reality TV. You saw it here, you saw it live. But we had our fun here today. But now we're gonna go from fun to reaction. First of all, I want to show you two clips. First from the Rational National. And then hey Andy, welcome in. Everybody was asking about you earlier. You missed a fun, good time earlier. I was chasing a little lizard. Go back and watch my stream hell yeah, it was fun antics. You were so lonely. Didn't I just watch that Kyle Kowinski premiere? Weren't you in the Kyle Kowinski chat? Slowly, welcome back by the way. I'll turn on these lights outside. Yeah, didn't I see you in the Kyle Kowinski chat? What did I miss? I was at the doctor today. Oh, you missed me chasing a fucking lizard. Turned out I was originally going to do reactions earlier, but instead I made this little primetime stream to do that. Because a damn lizard stole the show. What are you planning to react to? I am planning to react to Zora Madani going on The View, a clip from the National, and then I'm gonna react to Mike's new video, where Bernie and AOC, how fucked we'll all be if the Republicans win again in 2026. And then if you are at Majority Report today, you saw Crystal scold the shit out of Tommy, whatever the hell she is. Like, Puerto Rico is part of America, Puerto Rico is part of America, dear. Because I gotta call a Kyle Kalinske video. They sure do. They do real quick. But first of all, I do want to start with that one. I want to start with the crystal ball one. Because that one was a total fucking beatdown by Crystal Ball. When she went on this, I'm tired, such a long week, and procrastinating on homework. Well, you can end your week with me. Hello. My computer is lagging as fuck right now. Something has been happening in the background for a while now. I know I don't trust it enough. Alright. But I do have that Kyle Kalinske video. I was going to use the Vanguard video, but I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna use the Kyle Kalinske version, where she absolutely shreds the shit out of Tommy Larhan. Because I thought Vanguard was too long. I'm not using TYT Sports. I would have missed the movie, but I just had to listen on kind of beat. Oh, wait. I do have... hold up, before you go, and you will laugh the shit out of this. Crystal Ball scolds the fuck out of this right-winger. Am I changing to nighttime now? No, Sandy. This is actually one time only. I'm actually alone right now. I kicked my Republican and lib idiot parents out. But welcome in, Sandy. So let's go ahead. I think the Kyle Kalinske one is 17 minutes and 44 seconds. So this is Tommy Lauren getting burned by Crystal Ball, wife of Kyle Kalinske.
All right, y'all, so it's time for a Wife Guy segment. Wife Guy segment in the house here. The other day, Crystal got an invitation to be on Tomato Lorenzo's show. I feel like she's been gone for a while. She's been, like, at least out of the public eye. Back in Trump's first term, I mean, if she said fucking anything, there'd be, like, headlines in various media outlets talking about her hot take. So she was, like, the it girl for a while in Trump's first term, but I don't know what happened. I guess she lost her Fox contract, or what happened was, I think...
Well, Annie, they played this clip on the Majority Report today. You missed it. Whenever they post a segment, go give it a look. Greetings, Lily. Nice to see you again. Nice to see you again, Tungsten. Welcome in. Oh, Wife Guy segment. I do like Crystal and Crystal, but to me, Crystal Ball's hot as hell. I'm sorry I didn't mean it. Apparently, Google will say it's straight. Does Trump show signs of dementia? The news email White House president is the automated email reply or short staff due to the Democrat shutdown and the law. Wow.
Fox hid her over at Fox News Digital, which is like the online version of Fox News, which
welcome in.
Didn't attract that many eyeballs. She wasn't a big enough draw, and whoever else was there wasn't a big enough draw to get people to like purchase Fox News Digital and watch the stuff. So, but now she's with, I believe, the company Outkick, which isn't that Buck Sexton hilarious?
So like, this is just a reflection. I'm holding an iPad. This is what I'm filming on. The camera that I used that I shot with to chase the fucking lizard earlier. When I tried to kick it the fuck out of this house.
And Clay Travis is his name, I think.
Me
is that
too.
Their outlet? I think that is their outlet. Anyway, she has a new show.
Me too.
Tommy Lauren is Fearless, and she invited on Crystal. I guess she does this thing where she invites. They call it Liberal Tuesday, I guess, but
Liberal Tuesday.
I don't know. I guess she doesn't know the difference between a liberal and a leftist, but here we are. So she invites Crystal, and man, did they get into a spicy debate. So let's take a look here. I'm not going to watch the whole.
Yes, I'm an Apple guy, unfortunately. I don't have like a fucking what's it called? Chromebook. I don't have that. I wish I had one, but I really would like to have one for Christmas, but unfortunately, I'm stuck with the Apple. This is all I got. Don't fucking blame me.
Thing, if you guys want to go watch the whole thing, you can. The channel is Tommy Lauren is Fearless, and yeah, go take a look at the whole thing. But we'll watch some spicy parts of it. Let's take a look.
If you think President Trump is a fascist, and if you think that I, by definition, as a conservative, am also a fascist.
Ooh, that's a good question. Trump is definitely a fascist. Definitely.
He is definitely.
I mean, at this point, I think it's fair to say the overwhelming majority of Trump supporters are fascist. If you are still supporting Trump, yes, you're a fascist. If you're still supporting Trump, it's not like literally everybody who ever voted for him is a fascist. In the first term, I think you could say there were certainly people who voted for him and then realized soon thereafter, like, that was a mistake, right? Those people, I think, is a different story. But if you still support him now, if you're part of the 37% that still support him, hell yeah, you're a fascist. All right. I'm going to stop interjecting every 5 seconds. Let's see what my wife says.
I don't think everyone who supports President Trump is a fascist. I do think that President Trump is a fascist, though, and I'll give you a perfect example, Tommy. It's kind of an awkward day for you to give this spiel, because Trump is speaking to all the generals today in Quantico, and he just said that he's going to use the military against the enemy within, which is part and parcel of what he's been doing with deploying the National Guards in cities across the country. So when you ask about definition of fascism, the president really sort of gave his own definition of fascism today. I know you agree with that, but I want to make a broader point here.
Yeah, I want to dive into
Well, let me just make a broader point here because, you know, I think as someone who came from a side that did a lot of tone policing and, by the way, called out people who were policing rhetoric and doing the whole cancel culture thing, I would really caution you from going down this path, especially as someone who, you know, is a commentator, uses your words for a living. I know in the past I did a little bit of research. You called people who were enforcing mask protocols Nazis. President Trump has, of course, used his language in quite aggressive ways, including calling Kamala Harris and others fascists, radical leftists, communists, etc., etc. Do I think that was inciting violence against Kamala Harris? Do I think you were inciting violence against people who were enforcing mask mandates? No. So I think we have to really maintain this commitment to First Amendment free speech.
I should point out that Tomato Lorenzo did.
Look at her dumb fucking expression. You see how fucking serious she is? This is another one of those blonde bitches that works for some right-wing company. This one's called Outkick. Clay Travis, isn't he like a fucking sports guy? He should stick to sports. But at some point, before Crystal burns the shit out of her, you will see, like, wink wink, Fox News, Fox Nation logos at the bottom of your screen in this video. And that tells you that Outkick does have a contract with Fox News / Fox Nation. And that shows you how fucked up that is. Because they also have a little contract with Fox News' audio network for Clay Travis's little fucking right-wing piece of shit show on their fucking radio network, which I don't give a fuck about. And I will never give a fuck about. It's just, you know, so stupid. Remember when I was keeping the camera? Oh my god, I remember that! I actually remember that shit. That was 2 years ago. Holy shit, you were like that Karen bitch on fucking air. Jesus Christ. Holy shit, you just brought that back to me. Thank you so much, Sandy. Oh my god, I remember that. Let me get to more of these comments. Tommy Lauren is a moron. Yes, she is totally a moron. This is probably why I'm not sold to the TMR. And TMR either they start clipping this. So the spins man master social fee. What? Come on. We have a great time in the chat. Kyle does like 7 to 8 videos Monday to Thursday. Never know Kyle. He just had a video premiere today. Yeah, I used to sell to him, but 7 to 8 videos is too much at the playlist after. The tablet might be overpowered with Chromebook. Just get a Bluetooth keyboard for $30. All right. Her face was hilarious when Crystal said PR is an American Deer. It's part of American Deer. I'm going to get to that. Trust me. You will fucking laugh. Same joke. Look, Deemer. But I can't crowd the feed. Come on. I'm part of the chat. Why did Tommy think she could take on a sharper person like a Crystal? Maybe she's a complete dumbass that does not know how to debate. Because she's fascist on me. I bet sex with her physical is painful, even though she is later, because she's being taught as a woman. Is woke. Good God. I would not have sex with a fascist. I'm sorry. You just proved the point there. Apple is a one computer. I don't know for the minute left. I was going to run it at the end, but it's a really old version. Goddamn. But the underlying hardware stuff is good. I do miss the physical back to home screen. Everything buttons and smartphone. Oh, yeah, and I'm happy you do, but we welcome you with open arms. Hey, Andy's going to come on October 24th, Joe. Tune in. Let me go back.
Whole, intro monologue where she says that, calling us fascists is basically incitement to violence.
And I'm also in a planning stage to have Sandy Scholes on sometime in the winter. No talks yet, but I'm working on it. But as of right now, I know Andy's going to come back October 24th.
And so here's Crystal saying, okay, well then you incited violence. Right? Like everybody on the right incites violence all the time, way more than people on the left. If you say, hey, mean words, calling people mean words is incitement to violence. So this is her busting up that idea that hey, if you say that's incitement to violence, I guess we're all guilty, except you guys are even more guilty.
Even in the face of incredible crackdowns from this administration in ways that are truly extraordinary and quite dystopian.
I would love to hear about the First Amendment crackdowns from this administration and what you would classify those
You would probably like to hear that you love to fuck
Tommy,
you wrong.
You done fucked up. You know you done fucked up, right,
Yeah,
Tommy?
she did
you
fuck
know
up.
You done fucked up, right? Because that's sort of like our thing, is pointing these things out. So first of all, the obvious ones. He got Jimmy Kimmel fired over a joke he didn't like. He threatens RICO cases against protesters. Trump sued and...
Thank you. Thank you. I will get with you and I will book with you around December or January, Sandy. I will book you sometime around December or January. Because I know that's winter season is when farmers get their time to relax.
Her over a poll he didn't like. He sued CBS for how it edited a Kamala interview. He sued the New York Times for $15 billion. He sued a book company because he didn't like a quote that they had of him in there. He threatens to de-license news outlets that criticize him all the time. He signed an executive order to try to punish flag burning with a year in jail, even though that's wildly unconstitutional. He sued CNN for $475 million for calling alleged nihilism the big lie. I'll cut her off there, but that's not even half the list, bro. The guy has waged a war on free speech. Literally trying to kick people out of the country if they're pro-Palestine. Even if they're legal immigrants. Try to kick them out of the country.
Yes, free Palestine,
that's
motherfuckers.
Against the First Amendment. But I love how she brought it up. Please, give me a single example of Trump
being throw those Palestine flags in the chat. Come on. Where the Palestine flags at?
Do you do no research for your show? Have you been living under a rock since 2016? Even Trump supporters can acknowledge, oh yeah, he cracks down on the First Amendment, but since we don't like that speech, we're okay with it. That's at least a more honest answer than like, he hasn't cracked down. Oh my God.
I want to go back to President Trump this morning, and again, I know that the liberals, I know that you love it when he says something and it's like,
liberals, he doesn't know what a leftist is.
oh my God, this is the definition, he's going to use the military against us. Well, I would argue
He literally is doing that. He's literally doing that.
it's well within his rights to use the National Guard in D.C., and D.C. is a pretty great place right now, by all accounts, because of
Crime was already down like 30% before he did that.
It said, look at this. It says, watch the Outkick show. Outkick.com/watch. What? No fuck way. No thank you. Wait, aren't you supposed to be promoting Fox News or something? Since you're a dumb blonde bitch that works at a fucking right-wing company that has a contract with Fox News? Yeah, that's what you actually are. You work with a fucking hillbilly piece of shit that doesn't give a fuck about you. His name is Clay Travis. He looks like a fucking hillbilly that doesn't actually shave. Hey, pretty blonde bitch, can you go on this podcast for me? Can you, own the libs on one particular day called Lib Tuesday? We can put it on Fox News Audio. Yeah, they'll show them. He'll show those right leftists. We can shut the fuck up. Make them shut the fuck up and respect us. Oh, loony behave. Hey, that's an impersonation of whatever the fuck his name is, Clay Travis.
He did that.
use of the National Guard there to keep people safe, mostly black and brown people, I would add, but also...
Does she know how much of a lie that is? Like, is she aware that she's lying when she says that? This has nothing to do with keeping... Really? Trump's trying desperately to keep black and brown people safe, as he's rounding up innocent brown people all across this country and sending them to fucking concentration camp.
As he's clearly working with Christino, the dog-killing son of a bitch, who loves to kill dogs. As you may recall, she killed a dog before she took office. She hates dogs, and she hates immigrants. Therefore, she's an evil son of a bitch that deserves to be, made fun of on South Park. Yeah, that's her channel. That's her YouTube channel. And she's also the same person on Twitch. YouTube.com/disabled and twitch.tv/disabled like a sacrificial dog. Yeah, actually, she killed... If you don't remember, Nachike, the rumors were spread that Kristi Noem actually killed her own dog for her fucking sanity. And no one actually called the fucking police on her. And she still covers this up to this day. So she could take her anger out on, immigrants. It's like, what the fuck? Why are you doing this? Nobody did shit to you. Now that we got fucking National Guard going to fucking Memphis, and what next? New Orleans? Holy shit. KK, 1 minute, I can do my YouTube and fuck Twitch and X part of my French. Yo, you are free to swear in the chat. This is not a G-rated chat. And no shot in hell this will ever be a G-rated chat. You are free to fucking swear. 26 subscribers, whoop whoop.
Oh my god.
When you are deploying troops to protect federal agents and federal buildings, you're also well within your right. It's not authoritarian. If you want to have Antifa lighting the streets on fire and terrorizing people in these cities, President Trump is going to protect his agents and he's going to protect federal assets. So I don't know what part of that
he's going to treat them like dog shit.
Well, they're not doing that. Antifa is not doing that.
Of course they're not.
There is no, imminent...
I'm not going to protect my agents. I'm going to treat them like shit. And, well, because you see the ones that are out there, well, you see they're a bunch of suckers and losers, just like the time I called the dead soldiers suckers and losers. Their families right now, they're suckers and losers. We don't give a fuck about them. They take the fucking mask off and, just really, please take the fucking mask off. You call yourself a loser and sucker, let's say, Christy No, but she's a loser and suckers. Well, she needs to admit she killed her own dog, and she is taking anger out on the illegal aliens. I would rather go to jail right now for the Epstein sex. Shit, I'm slipping on my words. I would rather go to jail for the sexual Jeffrey Epstein files instead of watching son of a bitch Christina killing dogs and trying to kill immigrants with her stupid ICE agents, trying to also kill American citizens. These incel idiots on the right are just way more of a threat. You misspelled. Let me read your comment later. Enjoy your life for a second.
Threat of Antifa hordes running wild and mass burning down city blocks. Yeah. It's all, you're fucking making that up.
I think it's just, if you guys want to play stupid games, we're going to make sure that we have our federal assets protected. Would you rather they just be out there and be attacked by Molotov cocktails and bottles and things being lit on fire around them? Buildings being lit on fire? I mean, is that your preferred course?
Talk to the manager.
Like buildings being lit on fire, huh? I don't know.
That really sounds more like Anna Kasparian. You see how idiotical she is? She kind of sounds like Anna Kasparian. Like, oh, we're gonna burn down buildings. Oh my God, we're gonna talk bad about the homeless. We're gonna talk shit about California. Oh my God. We're suffering, broadcasting live from the fuck Poly Market Studios. Oh my God. No worries, Annie. I'm sure the soothing sounds of Looney's Trump is impersonation. What the fuck? Can lull anyone into a relaxing experience not right? What? Oh, come on. The soothing sounds of the Trump impersonation will never die. It's just a mixture of the real Trump and Alec Baldwin's Trump. You can actually tell by the voice I am actually doing it. And he wants to ban Happy Meals from schools, make sure to eat up his chicken after consulting with Mr. Brainword's vocal cancer, Bobby Kennedy Jr. before he would be eventually kicked out and replaced by Jordan B. Peterson.
She agreed to do this. This has got to be so hard. So there's every word. I want to interject with every word and be like, wrong, 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 wrong.
Well, first of all, I would say I don't think you should believe everything that you see on Fox News, Tommy, because that is not the reality in any of these.
Okay, well, hold on. I love your Trump, and for Halloween, when I'm on and your Trump again, it's going to be hilarious. Hell yeah, it is. It's going to be so hilarious. Everybody's going to laugh, and nobody's going to know. Because last time I spelled the being shit. Why are you booing me? It's like, I put a lot of work into that Trump voice, Joe. Come on.
And I spend quite a bit of time in Washington, D.C. Second of all, local law enforcement exists for a reason. And there's a reason why we have a separation between civilian local law enforcement and the military. The military is trained to go after enemies. Do you see the American people as the enemy? Because that's the way that President Trump is framing this. He is saying
in DC,
the enemy within is the American people.
The National Guard in DC, have they gone after you? Have they militarized?
Have they actually gone after your ass, Blondie?
Hell yeah, are you kidding? There's video of it.
Oh my God.
They covered video of it. They went after some innocent fucking DoorDash driver or Uber Eats driver, and then people, good Samaritans around them were like, hey, where are you taking this person? They didn't fucking answer. Somebody said to them, you guys are ruining this country, man, talking to the ICE Gestapo. Then the ICE Gestapo turns around and says, liberals already ruined this country.
Exactly. This is why the ICE agents, fucking ICE Nazis, don't even want to fucking take off their face mask and actually identify themselves. And they should be a damn shame what the hell they're doing. Kidnapping innocent people, putting them in fucking concentration camps, like alligator Alcatraz, for example, and putting children and women in the same capacity, which is pretty fucking sad. They can't, if you at least give some of these people a chance to get their visas, or green card before you fucking, send your little ICE agents to fucking raid them. Just like some bitch actually bitch to ICE about, illegal immigrants building a car plant in Georgia. No. That's how that politician in running has her ratings low in Georgia. Gotta give it to Kyle for the consistent message, yeah.
Stop fucking beating around the
Give
bush
it to,
here. These are
credit
like
to Kyle,
deputized white
Crystal.
nationalists and proud boys and groypers, okay? That's what they are. This is a war declared by Red America on blue cities. That's what this is. Let's not pretend
it's a war between Red MAGA and Blue MAGA,
and things of that nature. No! Trump wants to go full authoritarian police state. That's what he wants to do. So he's doing it. That's why we have Alligator Alcatraz, a.k.a. Alligator Auschwitz. That's why we have him trying to send 30,000 immigrants to Guantanamo Bay. That's why we have CCOT, the Gulag Supermax prison concentration camp in El Salvador. Jesus Christ.
Of where the National Guard in D.C. has hurt an
I'm
American
waiting
civilian or
for
has
her
been
to,
militarized against an American citizen. Because they've been there for what now, a couple?
I'm waiting for her to, have this graphic come up and probably show the wink wink Fox News. Well, Outkick is under contract with Fox News. I'm waiting for that, and then I'll point that out.
Months? I haven't seen any example of where the National Guard has overstepped their boundaries or authority or done anything that would qualify as like this militarized authoritarian rule. I haven't seen it. Maybe you have.
Well, yeah, it's mostly ICE. It's mostly ICE doing it. The National Guard has had to, support ICE in doing that, right? But ICE has been the ones doing it.
Yeah, so I think there's a fair point that you're making there, which is that because we have the Posse Comitatus Act, you cannot actually engage in civilian law enforcement. A lot of what they've done is to back up ICE agents, so we can have a whole separate conversation about the aggressive abuses there and the way that American people feel that has gone way too far in a way that has been aggressively violent. A lot of what they have done in DC is frankly like a waste of taxpayer dollars, picking up trash and just standing around. However, that doesn't mean that we should accept the image and having military soldiers, and in LA, they use active duty Marines in our streets. Furthermore, what is probably
forgot about Memphis and New Orleans next
is Trump just signed this new national security memorandum that effectively labels anyone who opposes him and his views as a potential domestic terrorist. Now that does come with actual federal resources that can do a lot more than just pick up trash and sort of stand around while ICE does whatever they want to do. So you're right. In DC, in Chicago, what we've seen so far, a lot of this is fact theater.
Look how stupid she looks.
It is meant to
Look how stupid this is.
opposition.
Hold on.
Oh my god. Meant to intimidate
Look how
thugs and
stupid she
felons.
looks. Oh my god. You know I hate ads. You know how I hate ads.
Unbelievable.
Hold up. Look how stupid she looks. Look how completely fucking dumb she looks. It's I don't know what the fuck you're talking about at this very moment. Can you please explain to me again for my uneducated fucking self? I am falling into full zombie mode at this point. Holy shit. I was never educated in school. I was told to suck the dick of Jesus Christ or suck the dick of God. Oh, God, he's my baby. He's my sexual honey. Oh, Jesus. Look how stupid she looks.
Was it intimidating thugs and felons when you had ICE doing mass kidnappings and abductions and human traffickings, when they raided schools and meatpacking facilities and farms and Home Depots and 7-Elevens, when you had Stephen Miller berate ICE agents and say, why are you going after cartels? Why are you going after child sex trafficking rings? We need to make sure you drop that and go to your local Home Depot and raid the fucking parking lot for the day laborers. That's what they're doing. That's a fact. That's a fact.
It is a fact.
But she makes it seem like, oh, it's all so innocent, and they're all just stopping the bad guys. It must be nice to live in such a childish world. So Pollyanna-ish she is.
Opposition will not be tolerated. And you have to put it together, Tommy. I genuinely want to ask you this question. Is there nothing that he's done
Why
that
is
you
she
feel
smiling?
it's a little too far?
That's such a great question.
Hold
That's
up.
such a great
Go
question.
back.
Opposition
eyes. Like,
let's
it
go
must
back
be nice
and
to live in such a childish
let's
childish
see
world.
Miss Pollyanna
So
smile
Pollyanna-ish she
again.
is.
Opposition will not
What?
be tolerated.
Look at that. Why the fuck are you smiling? Why the fuck are you smiling? You think you out-owned Crystal? Absolutely not. You have not out-owned her. She has out-owned you, bitch. Stop smiling like you accomplished something. Actually, you're failing. Let's see. The images of the Chicago ICE raid on the building reminded me of the movie where traumatic soldiers attack black neighborhoods. It is red state soldiers. Don't remember the name of it. Oh my god, damn. I mean, the images of the Chicago ICE raid is really that scary. Reference frame, Uncle Man. Dude, you won't let me put CHA in one chat. I didn't set that up. I did not set that shit up. Channel, I mean, if you're trying to say channel, I mean, I didn't set that shit up. I think you were automated by YouTube once again. Look how stupid she looks while smiling. Look how fucking stupid. Don't even think you accomplished something, Tommy. Just stop smiling, be serious, take the L, get your ass home.
And you have to put it together, Tommy. I genuinely want to ask you this question. Like, is there nothing that he's done that you feel like, it's a little too far?
That's such a great question. That's such a great question. Because now, this is a test of intellectual honesty, right? That's what this is. Because if you ask me, hey, Kyle, is there anything Trump has ever done that you support? Oh, I can answer that easy. He pardoned Alice Johnson in his first term. This sweet grandmotherly lady who got caught up in a drug deal and was spending, like, life in prison over some bullshit. He pardoned her. He did the First Step Act. Great. Like, I can give you things. Like, oh, yeah, I like these. Why? Because I'm not a hack. I tell the truth, right? This is
Hold up. Sokolinsky, search him. He does YouTube remixes. I'll search him. See how good he is. Thanks for the recommendation.
Intellectual honesty test. Can you name anything he's done that you disagree with? This should be the easiest question
Nothing.
given as Donald fucking Trump.
Nothing.
He's ruined this country. Certainly in his second term. Let's see what she says.
I can give you an answer real quick before we continue. Donald Trump hasn't done shit except play golf, jerk off the Fox News, and get called at by the recent Ryder Cup event by the European team. Like, are you watching Donald Trump? Are you watching Donald Trump? And then Trump goes like, yes, I'm watching. Congratulations on this fucking live social. I wonder why it blocks those last two messages as a unit. I don't know either.
We've had the tariffs, which have been wild and unilaterally imposed. We've got Palantir getting contracts to surveil anyone and everyone they want to. We have people being sent to a foreign gulag with zero due process.
Oh, God.
Crystal literally framed it as, we have people being sent to a foreign gulag. And her reaction was, oh, I love that. Look, at some point, we just have to call you what you are. You asked at the beginning, would you consider me a fascist? The answer is yes. Not only you are a sadistic fascist. You are similar to Stephen Miller, in that you seem to get off on the idea of the pain of other people who are not like you, who are innocent.
We have National Guard being...
Hold on. So he's absolutely correct that this bitch is absolutely sarcastic and an evil fucking idiot. That the comment that you heard earlier and her little shitty laugh, that's sarcastic. That's evil. I have no other fucking way to say it.
Deployed in city after city after city. You have American citizens. I mean,
City after city after city.
saw this video.
Which cities has he deployed National Guard to besides protecting
LA, DC, Memphis, Portland.
We invited him here.
Oh, God.
There's like 12 of them. Oh. Yeah. Like, again, do you follow the news? Are you aware you're doing a political show? Oh, my God.
Tennessee. We invited him to Tennessee. Governor
What?
invited him to come clean up the streets of Memphis because they desperately...
Yeah, you just mentioned it. Thank you very much. I just mentioned it very much a couple times, dumbass. Did you forget New Orleans? Did you forget New Orleans? oh wait, there's plans for them to come. They're not trained. Let me remind every one of you again that the National Guard is trained for emergency disasters, not to be cops. They're not trained to be cops. They are only trained for national disasters. That is completely it. If you're part of the National Guard, if you're watching this broadcast right now, you better think to yourself, what the fuck are you doing with your life? What are you doing? You better just get the fuck out of the National Guard. You were never trained to be a fucking cop. You're just trained for natural disasters. That is completely it. Nothing else. And don't forget his designing jobs and his hosting foreign leaders for ridiculous conversations go nowhere. Exactly. There you go. But yeah, it makes music when you look him up, make sure, unless the call is paid, it's remixed guy's voice. Okay. Oh, okay. I don't know if I can play music that long. I'm not sure if it's copyrighted, but we'll see.
Functional equivalent of being a political cuck. Good on your Republican governor.
We need the help. So this is, I'm genuinely curious in
But
this.
Tommy, can you respond to the question though? None of this you feel
No,
like,
none of
this is a little too far. Saying,
Yeah.
None of this is too far. None of this is too far. So not a single thing Trump has done. How about all the Doge cuts? So apparently Tomato Lorenzo, according to herself, is perfectly fine with pediatric cancer research cuts. She's fine with cutting the National Weather Service and getting worse forecasts as a result of that. She's fine with cutting Meals on Wheels and the CFPB.
And cutting the National Weather Service off during right just before hurricane season. Why in the hell would Doge have a great mind and idea to cut the National Weather Service right before hurricane season? Because most of you know, most areas are in hurricane pathland, like myself. But then why the fuck would they do that? Oh wait, you can thank Elon. You can thank President Elon for doing that. And his little stupid Doge thing, which is now a thing of the past. I don't know yet. But now there's I believe they're hiring again. That's my guess. But they never should have cut the National Weather Service. They never should have done that. They were so wrong. This is coming from a person that lives in hurricane country. Not all National Guard folks are bad, but they're not trained as law enforcement. That's my point right there, Annie. It won't be copyrighted. You won't have to listen to it right now. It's only 8 minutes long. I'm sure chat will appreciate it. 3 minutes of primetime mixes pretty pussy funny. Okay.
And nuclear safety officials in the Department of Education and firing 83,000 veterans, cutting 50% of the Social Security benefits. She's fine with all this. She's fine with all of this. Good to know. Good to know. You might as well fucking tattoo on your forehead, "I'm not serious," because that's what this is.
policing comedians' monologues, right?
He's not
using lawsuits to threaten media.
Or put a tattoo on her head that says, "I'm fucking stupid. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Because I am another dumb blonde bitch that works for Fox News. That loves to suck the CEO of Fox News' dick. And to make sure that I am being punished by the men that work at Fox News who are more superior than me, like Greg Gutfield, for example."
Media in the hands of his allies.
I know that you're not trying to allege that Jimmy Kimmel or Colbert were taken off the air because of President Trump.
Well, it was because of President Trump, you idiot. Stephen Colbert was canceled because of the CBS Paramount merger. And Jimmy Kimmel was technically suspended, not canceled. Not canceled, suspended for 1 week just because Disney found the comments that he made about Charlie Kirk offensive. And two of the biggest broadcasters decided, we're not going to show Jimmy Kimmel. Well, instead, the network provided Celebrity Family Feud reruns until last Tuesday. That's when they brought him back. But Sinclair didn't bring Jimmy Kimmel back till last Wednesday or Thursday. And then Nexstar decides to bring, you know what, we're going to wait till, maybe Friday. Maybe Friday. Yeah, they brought him back last Friday for their ABC stations. But the saddest part is, Nexstar is too damn worried about their merger. I have said this before. They are too worried about their damn merger. And Brendan Carr doesn't give a fuck about what's going to happen. He's going to let it you can buy every station in this nation you want. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to relax the FCC rules. I'm going to let billionaires run the whole TV station gig. I'm going to let them do what the fuck they want, while I threaten to pull FCC licenses away when it's really that dumb of me to do that. Fuck you. You cannot do that. Local stations are there for their existence. They actually are there. In hurricane country, we have to rely on local TV stations and radio stations for hurricane information, not social media. Because you know how social media will provide you fake forecasts. We also have to rely on the National Weather Service. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. It might not be AI, but it is. It's AI. Okay. Okay, so it's not copyrighted music.
Obviously were.
Four reasons why.
Oh my God!
Clean, easy
I don't want to see ads.
1. My meal support.
I don't want to see ads. Shut up.
What reaction did you think you were going to get, Tomato? I know you're not alleging this thing that obviously happened. Yes, I am. Oh. What is wrong with you? Everybody, we have eyes, we have ears, we know what happened. The head of the FCC, Brendan Carr, literally was on Benny Johnson's gay show. He's the biggest closet gay in the country, by the way. And he said we can do this the easy way or the hard way, talking to ABC.
I forgot to mention that.
That says it all. And they're, yeah, your joke was out of line, sir. It wasn't even a joke about Charlie Kirk. They pretended it was a joke about Charlie Kirk. What a sick joke. Of course Trump wanted him off the air. Trump literally went on Twitter afterwards and said, great job, you guys. Next, do Jimmy Fallon and do Seth Meyers. Great job.
That was funny. Actually, that was right. It was great job, ABC. Great job, ABC, for catching Jimmy Kimmel. A great job, CBS, for catching Stephen Colbert. Come on, NBC, let's catch Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers. They have very much low ratings. But then Trump turns into piss-off mode. Why the hell would you do that, ABC? Why would you turn against my back and bring loser-ass, big idiot Jimmy Kimmel back on the air? Why would you do that? That's not nice. You better bring it back on the air. Off of the air. I'm so sorry. You cannot do it. Now this is going to be a serious war between me and Disney. We're going to cancel Disney. We're going to cancel the NFL. We're going to cancel everything. We're also going to cancel WWE. Where do you think Ryan Hall, y'all, and Max Velocity get their weather? It all comes from the National Weather Service, NASA, and the NOAA. Exactly. And I think we also rely on NASA and NOAA. And we do have a big radar that moved from its original location in Slidell to Hammond, last year. So that's a new radar. It's because it covers my hometown and the capital city of Louisiana, Baton Rouge, and all of Southeast Louisiana. So basically keeping everyone in Southeast Louisiana covered. So that's where their new radar is, and their new office. They actually had to move the office too. No, I'm sorry, just kidding. They had to move the radar from Slide Out of Hammond. But yeah, we do have to rely on it, and we do have a NASA facility here in New Orleans that actually builds rockets.
Bragging about it. Oh my God.
Kimmel in particular. Colbert, you could make another argument about.
That was about the merger. That was for the merger. But that's still effectively being fired by the regime if you think about it.
He's referring to about the Paramount Skydance merger, which was a total shit show of a merger. I don't think he's referring about the Nexstar Tegna merger. Again, he's referring about that CBS. No, Paramount and Skydance merger. That's what he is referring to.
But the FCC commissioner came out and said we could do this the easy way or the hard way. And next thing you know, Disney pulls the plug. Why? Because
why
they know that this president weaponizes the federal government against his adversaries.
Because they lost 1.7 million fucking subscribers, and they realized, oh shit, we fired him to be in good with the government, right? But actually it's going to cost us more money if we don't bring him back. So it all came down to the money, the bottom line. In both situations, they caved to the government because of the bottom line. Then when they realized, oh, bad move, they hired him back because of the bottom line. This is what it is under capitalism, Jesus Christ.
They're worried about their business deals because the backlash was so severe. Look, these people don't care.
Yes, and that sent Disney stocks down for like that whole entire week. Along with Nexstar and Sinclair, that set their stocks down for like most of that week. After Jimmy Kimmel got fired, before he got reinstated again by ABC/Disney. Reason why Disney, well, it's because Disney and ABC decided to suck Donald Trump's dick, and but then they decided like, oh shit, we did the wrong thing. Look at how many subscribers we're losing. God damn it, we're crying. Let's bring it back in before we know we have to shut down our streaming services. And yes, they brought him back. Yeah, it's nice when you find less of the notion on what is something unique and attractive than what you're already familiar with the beauty of YouTube.
Anything about their bottom line. I hope you agree with that. And they saw more than
1.7
billion Disney customers cancel their Disney Plus subscriptions. So they were like, oh, we've got an even bigger problem here. There's zero doubt that the intention is to chill speech, to make anyone who opposes this president think twice before they do that. That's what the university crackdowns are about. That's what the legal crackdowns are about. That's what kidnapping off the street.
There it is. Hold on. Whoa. Look what you see. What's that right there? Wink, wink. Does that mean our kick is Fox News? No, you're all good. Now look at the very bottom of your screen. Look at the very bottom of the screen. Do you see something in with the words FOX? Do you see a logo with two flashing lights? Do you see another logo that says FOX? I'll give you a hint. The first one starts with an N. The first letter starts with an N. Both of them start with an N, actually. If you gave up, yes, they have a share on the box because they're bullshit chance. Yes, thank you, Sandy. They are under a fucking contract with Fox News to put their shit on Fox News and Fox Nation. Even Clay Travis has his own fucking stupid right-wing show on the Fox News audio radio network. I'm only following them for fun, so I can eventually try and troll their chat, so I want to troll their chat. So yeah, it goes to show you that Outkick is affiliated with Fox News and Fox Nation. They're only there to brainwash your fucking grandparents and your parents.
writing an op-ed. That's what that's about. That's what the National Guard in the street is about. And that's what him saying to these generals today, we have to use the military against the enemy within. So you may not like the term fascist. You may not like it when it's thrown around by Democrats. You had no problem with it when it was thrown around by Trump, by the way. But that is, in fact, the accurate description of what we're seeing here. And so I have no problem with people trying to accurately describe the situation that they're experiencing in their own country.
Brutal.
It is brutal.
Mortal Kombat, flawless victory right there. So I'm gonna cut it off here, but guys, go watch the whole 50 minutes of it. It was a beat down from beginning to end. But
I want to get to the part where Crystal says Puerto Rico is part of America, dear. That was the Kyle Kowinski. Now I want to see the version where
and watch that video on screen right now.
I want to see where Crystal Ball says America is part of fucking Puerto Rico is part of fucking America. Let's see. I really do. So bad.
But do you think Bad Bunny?
Wait a minute. This is when she talks about Bad Bunny.
Being in this sort of debate.
Running away from the issue and believe for all of us.
% hysterical rent control. You are
Tax cut from this administration.
like
He's elected and he's like, yeah.
guard of conservative Fox News.
But do you think Bad Bunny is a good choice for the Super Bowl?
I'm not that knowledgeable about him, but it seems fine, and I don't know why it's a big deal. Seems like a great American artist, so sure.
He's not an American artist, but
he's Puerto Rican. That's part of America, dear.
the ice is. Well, I'm sure you don't. You're afterwards, and then
Her audience with Crystal.
Boom! Oh shit! Oh, that's what I wanted to see. That is absolutely what I wanted to fucking see. Oh my god. I wanted to see that fucking thing go right ahead and burn the shit out of her. No, actually, Reckless Friend. The reason why she was using that deer is because she needed to burn the shit out of Tommy Lauren. Because you know Tommy Lauren is a fucking right-winger, and she works for fucking Outkick, which has a contract with Fox News. But welcome in. I'm happy with the direction Breaking Point went, and then the growth of Crystal as displayed in recent years, and tried to climb the hill at first, and Crystal always tried to beat right-wingers in the middle. Well, I can't blame Crystal, you know. Kyle will be very pissed about Sager. I thought Bad Bunny was Bad Barbie. That's what I wanted to see. Cause, fuck, when I heard Crystal Ball burn the shit out of this motherfucker with that deer burn, I was in complete laughing my ass off mode. I really wanted to, because she had to teach her a fucking lesson about Puerto Rico. That Puerto Rico is part of the U.S., dear. My Uber driver tonight was conservative, but I don't think it was MAGA. Oh. Be careful of your conservative Uber drivers. Because they are completely stupid. You don't know how stupid they can be. I feel Sagar is less authentic. Emily is a pure grifter. Ryan and Crystal are cooler. Crystal has more emotion. Yes. Sagar is a complete asshole. He's secretly right wing. Emily, I've never seen her on Breaking Points ever. Ryan is badass with Crystal. Ryan Grimm, when he's with Crystal Ball, they make look like badass. But I really wish Kyle would go on fucking Breaking Points one time. The co-host with his wife. You understand what I'm saying? So, it would make sense once in a while. You shouldn't judge everyone in their politics. I know I shouldn't. Emily is practically a female saga. Oh, shit. I didn't know that. I did Emily rabbit hole around November. And did you get out of the rabbit hole? Did you tell Emily go fuck yourself? For her stupidity? Anyway, Kyle had been on Breaking Points before. Oh, shit. Well, he absolutely needs to go back on Breaking Points, because it would make more sense if he goes on Breaking Points again, and Breaking Points gets rid of fucking Emily and Sagar. Although I've never watched a single live episode, I will watch a couple of clips and that's it. It's just, I really want to see Sagar and this Emily bitch gone. And I really want to see more Kyle Kalinske on Breaking Points. Like, they can do, like, more husband and wife time on Crystal, Kyle, and Friends. I know they have their show, but Crystal has to be, separate from Kyle sometimes. Emily instead of okay. Sagar is all straight up bashes. Damn right! Next to Chink! Next to Anna! Joe, apparently she's worse than I thought. I saw a video of her recently that was posted on her own non-breaking points, and it was conspicuous as fuck. Really? Wait a minute. Do you have the video? Can you put it in the chat? Solar, if you have the video, can you find it and put it in the link for me, please? Chat for me, please? I would love to see this. Fascist isn't so much to do with political knowledge, but yeah, call it out as is when you conquer it and they blind to conquer. I hear this sucking cold weather. Oh. Yo, Bozy, welcome in. I saw it on someone else's channel, I think GNN. Yeah, before he got pulled off YouTube. But that video exists. You can find it and put it in the chat for me, please. It's about political knowledge, Joe. It's about the political ideology. Joe, I think Annie's right. She's got a point there. I mean, when conservatives go fucking conservative on you, and when they spread their MAGA hate and their racism and their fucking usual antics, you know they're fascist. You know they're conservative. You know they're MAGA. You know they're idiots. You know they're uneducated. You absolutely damn well know they are uneducated. Where can I find out what happened to GNN? GNN was taken off YouTube last Saturday on midstream. Bozy. So he's on Twitch, twitch.tv/Galactic Streamlord. He's on Patreon, he's on PayPal, he's on Cash App, and he's on Twitter, and you can find him there. But if you want the live streams, you have to go to twitch.tv/Galactic Streamlord. You can also join the Discord, Bozy. The Discord will let you know when he's live on Twitch. It's just the same situation that Environmental Cocktails was in during the summer. And but unfortunately, his appeal was turned down by YouTube. Again, it's like an AI bot says, "No, fuck the left. We don't give a fuck about the left. And we want more right-wing assholes on." Sagar said some pretty fucked up things about immigrants recently. It was definitely fascist. What? Damn. They were canceled. Yes, they were actually canceled for alleged scams. GNN repealed. It was immediately denied. He was trying to get human eyes to review it, but people need to retweet it on YouTube. Yes, you need to go retweet this shit on YouTube. You need to tell these motherfuckers that you did the wrong thing. You kicked out a well-liked streamer on YouTube that did not do a damn thing. This is the same shit you're doing, YouTube. What the fuck are you doing? What the hell are you doing? Thank you, Joker. Welcome in. Thank you. This is where you can find it, Bozy. Twitch, Discord, Twitter, Patreon, Cash App, and of course the PayPal. Captain Autobots, welcome in. Yes, sir. Well, with Jack gone, we are down one right-wing asshole. I didn't see you sneak in there. I'm so sorry. Welcome in. I wrote to him and gave him a lot of information to use to get his channel back. If he's going to make a video appeal on X, he's going to have to show his face. Ooh. Wow. Wow. Man. I'm hoping to help him and maybe be able to turn him onto the lawyers I was going to use, but I got my channel back. He needs to do what I did. Well, he can do what he needs to do what he did. Unfortunately, because, if he showed his face, well, let's just say some person would come and rape him. Let's just say that. I think he likes to keep his identity secret. Then they can write an appeal letter by email as long as they have his channel in URL. I gave him the link to the Discord with almost 100 creators that have lots of channels, what he did. Most of them are like him, baseless video channels, and that is a problem under this scam. Okay. My point is, some people are 100% easily fooled if you do it right. Doesn't YouTube require photo ID now if you are monetized? I didn't know that, so why a video appeal? I didn't say fascists were smart, though. Scam and deceptive practices is typically done to cartoon channels that do not have a person. This is not my case, but it was still AI hallucination. Hey, you did have a cartoon laughing emoji, but they thought you were like a cartoon person and they took you down for the whole entire summer. He's embarrassed from all the burn scars. Scam and deceptive practices. I'm sorry. I read that. I did a video appeal because it worked. Because that and the person that went to Google in person to do an appeal, that's how I did it. Wasn't that Cindy? I asked him if he knew somebody in California in that area to go that could go in person to Google and put a complaint in for him. Wasn't that Cindy, one of the biggest ECA supporters in California? Mozart, welcome in. The scam is that he's not actually streaming from orbit in space. It's very true. Joe Davis, you're true. You're not just screen call when you see him, but don't weaponize it as a talking point. If not, we are people smart and dumb. Yeah, that was Cheryl. That was Cheryl, Josie. Thank you. Awesome. I wanted Booper can file a complaint for them. If he had a spacesuit. She also made a video on YouTube. I also had about 20 to 25 PhDs, etc. right to my YouTube on my with my channel URL. Ooh. Woo! And I guess they fucking listened. What is it? So I'm not sure. Also, like, that's too bad. I didn't know he was disabled. He should have been embarrassed. We all understand. Yeah, we all understand. Alright, so yeah. And in closing with this segment, Tommy Loren is a complete idiot. She works for Fox News. And Crystal Ball scolded her like a fucking mother. That's why we claim her as the mother of progressives. I love to see a typical GNN style video. Fuck Fox News. I understand how people get fooled. Anyway, next, I want to show this clip from the Rational National, where Mohammed Soran Mandani goes on The View, and he cooks the shit out of them. But unfortunately, I have to edit some parts out due to ABC and Disney being so protective of The View. I might have to turn it the fuck down. I don't know what to do. Or I'm gonna have to play portions of the David Dole segments. I would only have to play like 5 seconds of the View clips. I would love to see him do it, but anyway, he can't. But he can't. It's going to be on X because that's where the creators right to learn YouTube. Oh shit. Me too. But I'm not on that social media site anymore. Anyway. Here is, I'll keep helping him. I have a list of if I did it, so please do. He needs his channel. He is very depressed. He's been like very depressed lately since he got kicked off YouTube last weekend. They're getting a bit of a healthier cox lately. Y'all like her. Someone probably a blue check helping me get my channel back, and I use it. Oh, ooh. Wow. That comes out of the surprising, out of surprisement. Anyway, here is David Dole, showcasing, Zora Mandani. As we know, he might win, he has a big chance of winning the, New York City, mayoral race. Now that, political sellout, Eric Adams has dropped out. He goes on The View and cooks the shit out of these hosts. I wonder if it's because of the new Kirk command I made. Did you make a new Kirk command? If you did, that might have been the case. It doesn't matter what my friend, they're all equally owned. Yes, they're all equally owned by billionaires. Jeff Bezos, who owns Twitch. I don't know who the hell owns Kick, but I do know Elon owns fucking Twitter. But I do know Google owns YouTube. And I do know Mark Zuckerberg owns Facebook and Instagram and Threads. Yeah, that was playing with fire. That's totally fucked up. I mean, it might have been. Anyway, David Dole.
Heard that young people were leaving the Democratic Party. They were getting disinterested in politics. And we built a campaign where we said, what if we treated them with respect and not condescension?
New York City Mayor
Soran knows how to do the messaging. I hope he does well. He gets a mountain to climb as he gets it. Yes, I did. Yeah. I hope he does well. I hope he kicks ass. And everybody is going to know, and he will, and I hope he does win the New York City election. Mayoral election. I never needed TikTok before, and I sure as fuck don't need it now. Yeah, you don't need it now because now they're being bought out by fucking right-wingers. Anyway, David Dole.
candidate Zoran Mamdani was on The View, and it was quite an appearance. So I have a few clips to share here because I got some things to say, in particular about some of these questions, because, oh my goodness, it's just some ridiculous stuff. Let me start with the first clip. This is Sarah Haynes, and I'm going to jump in pretty quick here.
You're running for mayor of New York and not prime minister of Israel, but you've made inflammatory statements.
Oh
like
my God!
An apartheid state.
All right, I'm going to get the rest of that clip, but I have to jump in here quickly
I
because
have
of
to
how
jump in too.
ridiculous
Hold
this
on.
is. Inflammatory statements like calling Israel an apartheid state, stating literal facts bared out by international rulings is somehow an inflammatory statement. Ah, yes. Sarah Haynes.
Oh, before we get to that article, did you not hear that? Do you see how Zionist ABC is? Or, you know, not calling Palestine a legal state, and calling Palestine not Palestine, Israel fucking murderers? What the fuck is wrong with them? What the fuck is wrong with The View? Love, 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 so around. The worst time for Jamal Bowman to lose was this year because we really needed him. Jamal was actually... Was that Jamal Bowman on the Majority Report today? I'm saying he could have removed it. He seemed to be interested in affectionate. Inflammatory statements. Eat shit. Well, it's actually true, Captain Autobots. I hate to tell you, but it was an inflammatory statement. Like, oh my God. You can tell it on The View. Sometimes these motherfuckers will make stupid inflammatory statements. Like not recognizing Palestine as a legal state. And not saying that Israel started the whole damn war. It's easy to preach on the side of a campaign. My worry is that he could be open promising. I really hope to be wrong about that, though. You could be wrong. He's not using celebrities like, say, Kamala Harris. Like Kamala Harris did. That's how she fucked up. That's how she lost. She didn't let one person from Gaza/Palestine speak at the DNC. She used celebrities. Oprah Winfrey. You name it. Let them speak for her. Not someone from Palestine or Gaza. Before we let David Dole wrote this, I'll read a portion of this one. South Africa says Palestinians are enduring, quote-unquote, extreme form of apartheid. The hearings, which focus on Israel's occupation of the West Bank and East Jerusalem, make one of the two matters regarding Israel currently before the International Court of Justice. I hope that South Africa is right, because Palestine is really getting their ass kicked right now by Israel because the evilness of Netanyahu and fucking Israel. As we all say, fuck Israel, free Palestine.
Knows all about apartheid, but South Africa has no idea, doesn't know what apartheid is. In case you don't know, the entire word apartheid is born out of South Africa. They're the ones that brought this case to the ICJ. You have a human rights expert calling it apartheid, an Israel-based human rights organization calling it apartheid, not to mention countless other human rights organizations that are not going to be listed here, but Human Rights Watch, Amnesty International, go down the list. Every single internationally recognized human rights organization has already recognized this as apartheid. The ICJ ruling, World Court finds Israel responsible for apartheid from the International Court of Justice. Like, no, these people don't know anything. The actual experts in the field, the actual legitimate international rulings, they don't know what they're talking about. But
so this is a portion of the article that he's referring to. The International Court of Justice, ICJ, issued an advisory opinion on July 19, 2024, with a significant consequences for human rights protections of Palestine under Israel's 57-year occupation. The occupation stands for December 2022 request by the United States General Assembly. This is a portion of it.
Sarah Haynes on The View. She knows all about apartheid. How ridiculous. This is the kind of garbage this man has to deal with when talking to people like this. And he's not allowed to just like call out how stupid these people are. He has to sit there, take their garbage and answer nicely, as he does here. But God, someone needs to call out how stupid This trashes. Anyways, here is the rest of the clip.
Given New York has the largest Jewish population outside of Israel, why should voters who see this as a moral red line trust your clarity and judgment?
Well, I really appreciate this question and an opportunity to just clear up, I think, a number of misconceptions. First and foremost, you're right. I am running to be the mayor of the city, and this city will be the focus of my administration, ensuring that we make this city everyone can afford and everyone knows that they belong to. And also, millions of New Yorkers, myself included, care deeply about what's happening in Israel and Palestine. And so to be very, very clear, of course I condemn Hamas. Of course I've called October 7th what it was, which is a horrific war crime. And of course, my belief in a universality in international law is also the same set of beliefs that have led me to describe what's happening in Gaza as a genocide. Because what we see is a war crime being answered with war crimes. And what we see is every single hour the Israeli military killing a Palestinian child for close to 2 years. And it's a horror that many New Yorkers feel so deeply. And my job, I can't stop that as the mayor of this city. I can make clear my own values, my own commitments. And it is a value and a commitment to humanity, to safety, to justice for all people that extends to everyone, Israelis, Palestinians, and everyone else across the world.
And recognizing that people do disagree with you.
Absolutely.
I'm one of those people on some of these points.
Absolutely.
shut up.
And that you're disagreeing with me doesn't mean that you shouldn't be in this city or you shouldn't be celebrated and part of the city that I'm trying to lead.
Yeah.
God damn.
Holocaust scholar that says Israel's.
God damn. He's like spitting that to the face. Like, you should not be celebrated. Like, you are a fucking Zionist. Why the fuck are you on this show telling people, oh, you should not support fucking Palestine. You should support Israel more. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, we're not, we at ABC are not supposed to say that Israel committed a genocide. We're not supposed to say that. Oh, no. Zoran actually gave it to them. Actually give him the fuck you, because they need to recognize that Israel started the whole damn thing. They started the whole damn war. But this whole recent signing of a quote-unquote peace treaty is just the air. I don't believe it. I don't think they might, actually get an actual truce done. I really don't see it. It's just the action. Look, that was a recent poll that showed comment on the Prime Minister lost because he stands to Israel and Palestine. Yes. Yeah, so that's the reason why. And my other point too is because she used celebrities too much. I didn't know you met Zoran personally. I thought it was black and white context, so it would be a nightmare to navigate access being realistic enough because it's a good start better than flip out and text messaging. Did he really used to be on the national DSA co-chair? Of course he's like on top of this media game 100%. Mandamity knows what he's doing, independent game. Yes, he definitely does. He is definitely on his game. This is where you are going to bet your money on Zoran, and you definitely know he's going to win the New York City mayoral race. You definitely know. No question, Kevin. We'll try to undermine Mandamity as mayor. No question. Yes, no question about it. We all know he's going to win. Because this is going easy street. He has a good campaign. He's not using celebrities. He has his stance on fucking Israel Palestine, and he's calling out Israel, like, and he's telling these motherfuckers in Israel, hey, Netanyahu, if you come to fucking New York City, I will have my officers arrest your ass. And I will have you put in jail. You're not allowed to come to New York. You should damn well know you are wanted in mostly every other country except the U.S. You're wanted to go to jail. only being stopped is double down on he's a failure. He's not a failure. He's not only that, but he's definitely when they're saying he's a failure, he's not a failure. He's an absolute success. Of course, it's being tricks. I'm not surprised a candidate I could support finally rises to such a prominent position. I don't want them to be cautious to vote. I don't either. Though they get the benefit of that. To be honest, it would have shocked me one bit if the think tank would be statistic enough to look at it away for 2028. I mean, if there is an election in 2028, I mean, we have to go like for another 3 more years of this shit with Trump. Government-run grocery stores have been incredibly successful in the U.S. So that inflated around, but I have a feeling around would be priced out with privately owned supply pricing. You might not know that yet. Like some up and fail again. I hope I'm wrong. Well, you may be wrong. To be a leader, you have to care about everyone. A lot of politics begins to care. Well, actually, McDonald does care about people and people. I don't think you've seen his campaigns and messages on TikTok, Joe. He actually cares about the people. He actually gives a damn about the starving children and women and people in Palestine. But you gotta understand, he's a very nice guy. If you saw in that clip, he actually he owned those motherfuckers on the View very calmly, and not just shouting at them like every other fucking buyout millionaire politician. The strategy is improving people's lives and policies and winning more and more elections. That's a strategy. Yes, it is a strategy. I mean, no, it's just power. It's good to this strategy, as they do have to find for it, yeah. Democrats need to make us around look like a failure because the quote-unquote is his style. Well, their little plan is failing. Let me tell you that, so. And I also want to say that the same thing to you. It is their plan is failing. I'm sorry. The reverse.
A genocide. Don't you know that Sarah from The View disagrees with you? Israel-based human rights groups, don't you know that Sarah from The View doesn't think that there's a genocide? How about UN Commission? UN Commission, you don't know what you're talking about because Sarah Haynes and people like her do not believe there's a genocide. Don't you know, International Association of Genocide Scholars, that you are wrong? Because Sarah from The View has a different opinion.
Mm-hmm.
How embarrassing.
How embarrassing is right. Sarah from The View is a Zionist. It's confirmed that Sarah from The View is a Zionist.
This is a voter. This is a Democratic voter. You know, it's one thing, Trump voters, you could, as I do, chalk them up to a cult. They're brain dead. There's no saving a lot of those people. But even half of those people, half of Trump voters, or at least Republican voters, I'm sure most of them are Trump voters, half of those people understand what Israel is doing is wrong. Yet, Sarah Haynes is dumber than them. Next clip.
On day one, why aren't you going to big corporations?
Hold up. Sarah didn't know what a sign was 2 years ago. Now she knows. 2 years later, now she knows. Fuck around and find out. It seems to worry about it more than quote, what if Mandela wins, it isn't the perfect error. They do the book of years, and they definitely do it. And I'm not saying every other person spoke to. We get a lot of people that, well, sex needs a little bit of strategy. A real leader is a psychopath with multiple critical sexual assault allegations against him. Mo baby. The strategy is improving people's software policies and winning more and more. Oh shit, I read that. I think lowering people's expenses is a great strategy. Now we have to think about how the Senate votes to fail.
It's like Amazon and Google and making sure that they pay what could really help the city raise up and get us where we need to do. Because I need to hear somebody say, because it's the thing nobody said. They say, oh, we're going to make people pay, but they're not clear.
I'm sorry.
They came in, they said, we're going to make these jobs, people are going to have work, but then they had to fight to unionize because they're not getting paid enough.
Absolutely.
So I don't understand why the focus, if the focus is for New Yorkers to be lifted and New York State to be lifted and put in the right perspective, why the focus isn't on the companies that could be.
Isn't Whoopi Jewish? I think she's Jewish. I've never looked up her religion yet, but I think she might be Jewish. I am definitely not sure on Mozart. I've got to look that up somehow, some way. Hey, just realized that LT9K mentioned what happened to the lizard. I missed the beginning of the stream. Oh, well, I told everyone the lizard is gone. Told the lizard was gone. It's so hard to become Jewish. Yeah, I agree with all his policies with all the media messaging right now. My issue is one to be legitimate. So it went out in the long run. I totally agree with those.
Doing a lot more for the places have their places, but it doesn't happen.
Instead of the individual, or including the individual taxpayers.
Corporate?
You mean corporations should,
As I said, Amazon
right,
and Google, corporations who don't seem to pay the same kinds of taxes everyone else pays.
Look, if you were running for mayor, I'd be voting for you, because I think, Whoopi, to your point, the corporate greed that we're seeing in this country, it cannot be separated from the level of inequality that people are living through. And one of the key revenue proposals I've put forward, our agenda from the day we started was about freezing the rent for more than 2 million tenants, making the slowest buses in the country fast and free, delivering universal childcare. So no longer would a family pay $25,000 a year just to find childcare for one kid. And what we've said is that two of the main ways we pay for it, one of them would be to raise the top corporate tax rate. This is the corporate tax rate that applies to the most profitable companies that do business in the state, like the ones that you've named, to that of New Jersey. So it would just match that of our neighbor, 11.5% that they have over there. By matching our neighbor, we would raise $5 billion a year. And that would be money we could reinvest into working in middle-class New Yorkers' lives so that everyone could afford.
so you don't think that would drive them out of the city then?
No, so the nature of our tax law is that applies to any business doing business here. They could be headquartered in Miami, but if they're doing business here, it applies to them. And the reason that I believe they'll keep doing business here is because this is one of the largest economies in the world. Everyone wants to be here.
Mamdani is a master. The way he's able to take that question, which
he is a definite master. He is a total master of these questions, and he'll definitely lay it down to shut these Zionists the fuck up and make them understand that Israel is an illegal country and is a fake country since the 40s, but Palestine has been around since 1948. But Israel is a fake country. Palestine is a real country. This is why Israel is soon to be suspended by FIFA for their act on the genocide that they're causing on poor Palestine. Taxing corporations, how dare you? We should give them tax rates because something encourage job creation. We want all lefties to win open into spaces. I'm organizing and I'm devastated change. You'll learn more about that, Joe, when you see Annie right back in this program, October 24th. FIFA, fuck around and find out. Well, yeah, FIFA is close. I'm reading reports. FIFA might suspend Israel from ever participating in the FIFA World Cup games. Please read my Substack. It's under inviting the copy. Yes, and I'm writing on Israel. It's on the history of what's happening. Oh, okay. I will. I definitely will read your Substack. I'll look under Substack and I'll type that in. Yeah, that's why that got failed. I'll take a failed. This is what the people taste. This is socialism. You don't know that yet, so just don't go on an early prediction train yet. Let's play more of this.
I'm going to get to my issue with the question, even though, to be fair, Whoopi Goldberg is saying some good things there in the sort of normie kind of way you would expect from or would hope, I guess.
I hope not Zoran is successful, but they right now said a cheat. Oh, yes, they do. Hell yeah. Okay, I gotta plug in my phone so I will be able to chat anymore because it's dead. Yeah, please go charge your phone. Your phone's battery is very important. Have a great night, and I think you're doing a Saturday night show tomorrow. I think I'll be in that chat tomorrow if you're doing a Saturday night show. Alright, have a good night. Please go charge your phone. I hope some is successful, but the right knows how to cheat. Damn right they know how to cheat! They've been cheating for many years. What do you expect when fucking Trump had help from Russia to get his ass in office in 2016? What do you expect when what do you expect in 2024? Again, I think Russia once again hacked our election systems just to get Trump back into office. This is my prediction. This is my thinking. My thinking is that Russia must have helped them out again to get Trump back into office. And say, oh, we must help Trump. We must get Trump back into office. We want more war. We don't care about what the hell they have to say. Let them rot and die. As he was the one that was starting the whole genocide on Ukraine, while Netanyahu was the one that started the fucking genocide on Palestine. I buy that LT9K. Thank you.
Multi-billionaire. But the way he's able to take that question and rejig it into discussing what his platform is all about, free bus service, universal childcare, and freezing the rent, was just magnificent. Now, the issue, again, maybe I'm being overly critical here, but these are people that are on, this is national television, bringing on a politician where clearly Whoopi Goldberg had a question ready about corporate tax rates. All you had to do was search Zoran Mamdani and corporate tax. On his website, he has a whole section about this.
And this is the whole section right here. Zoran predicts to tax the corporations and the 1%. Zoran has a plan to bring down the cost of living through the city-owned grocery stores, universal childcare, and other bold proposals. And he knows exactly how to pay for it too. Zoran's revenue plan will raise the corporate tax to match New Jersey's 11.5%, bringing in $5 billion, and he will tax the wealthiest 1% of New Yorkers, that being Donald Trump and Eric Trump and Donald Trump Jr. David should have read it. Come on, David. Well, I'm reading for you, Life. And he would tax the wealthiest 1% of New Yorkers. New Yorkers, that being Donald Trump, that being Eric Trump and Donald Trump Jr., and the Trump family, except for the one that they left out. Shit, I can't remember her name. Was it Mary Trump? And he will tax the wealthiest 1% of New Yorkers that's earning above 1%. Above $1 million annually, a flat 2% tax. Right now, city income tax rates are essentially the same whether you make $50,000 or $50 million. Zoran will also implement common sense on instant reform. God damn it, I'm slipping up. But that's just the section. So, you know how David Dole goes with his videos.
How he will raise the corporate tax rate to match New Jersey's, bringing in $5 billion, like he discussed there. I mean, I appreciate the question from Goldberg because it allowed Mamdani to give that answer. But there's a way to ask a question about corporate tax rates by acknowledging that he has a plan to deal with it, as opposed to trying to claim that I never hear any politicians talk about this. Bernie's entire platform was about this, and you hated him. So spare me, please. Anyways, last clip here.
You've become the new poster child in some ways for the GOP. Donald Trump's obviously excited for you to be in the race. Even members of your own party, like Leader Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries, both New Yorkers, have been reluctant to endorse you.
What I've been really excited by is the endorsements, like you said, Sonny, from not only Governor Hochul, not only from Majority Leader of the State Senate Andrea Stewart Cousins, Assembly Speaker Paul Hasty, Attorney General Tish James that we were just speaking about, but also the fact that I wouldn't be sitting here with you if it was endorsements that made all the difference. It was the people of the city.
But Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries are trying to win the midterms, win back the House and the Senate for Democrats. So why specifically do you think they're hesitant to endorse you?
You know, I can't speak to their thoughts and their interest in this. What I can tell you, however, is that what we have built in this city is also an indication of what politics can be. Oftentimes after the November general election, we heard that young people were leaving the Democratic Party. They were getting disinterested in politics. And we built a campaign where we said, what if we treated them with respect and not condescension? What if we asked them what they needed in the city? We made the top 3 highest performing.
Wait, are you serious? The governor just endorsed Zohran Mamdani? God damn. Let's go. Oh wow, the governor endorsed. She's trying to absorb some of the support. God damn. Let's go. Cuck, Boomer, and Jeffries not liking Zohran is a plus for Zohran. Yeah, because they're a bunch of fucking boomers. You understand? And Captain Autobots. That's a plus because boomers, the boomers in office right now gotta go. Anybody that's old as hell in office right now needs to go. To be fair, old people can't use the internet if that's ageist. I learned that from Mike from Human Report. Hey, Captain Autobots, I do have I do have a clip. My next reaction clip is from Mike from the Human Report.
Age groups all under the age of 35. That's something that we haven't seen in this city before. That needs to be at the heart of our politics across the country.
Yeah, okay, sure. But how about Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer? Why won't they endorse you? I'm sure she was just dying to ask them the time, but they ran out of time. These are the kinds of ridiculous questions that Zohran Mamdani has to deal with. He did a good job at pivoting there. I'm going to get some more data on who supports him, because that is who supports Mamdani actually is newsworthy.
David, I know why. Cuck, Boomer, and Hakeem Jeffries won't support Mamdani. They're fucking money-hungry politicians that love to bow down to Israel. That's why.
But these clowns focus on Hakeem Jeffries, Chuck Schumer. Who's really waiting on the Hakeem Jeffries endorsement? Is that really a big endorsement that the voters are waiting for? Nobody cares. In fact, I kind of hope they don't endorse him, because it shows that he's someone who's actually going to challenge them. But this is the reality that Mamdani, being too nice, you could argue, didn't want to bring up. Hakeem Jeffries, the minority leader's all-time top campaign donor, is the American Israel Public Affairs Committee.
This is also from Common Dreams. A bit of the Mamdani next year. Someone is asking whether he's endorsing Jeffries. It's 3 seconds of incredible laughter and quote. Jeffries has repeatedly refused to endorse Mamdani, a strong supporter of Palestinian liberation, a vocal opponent of Israel's genocide and invasion of Gaza. The minority leader's all-time top campaign donor is the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, according to AIPAC tracker. Mamdani's stance doesn't seem to have his support among New York's Jewish voters, who, according to a recent poll, prefer him over any other mayoral candidate. So, you see, this is why you don't want to have your money-hungry politicians go support AIPAC, because AIPAC's a fucking scam. And they want to chew up all your fucking money-hungry politicians. And, of course, yeah, we all know that, because they love to suck the dick of AIPAC. You need to tell your local politicians, do not support AIPAC. Do not support AIPAC. AIPAC is full of shit.
That has to at least play a part. So,
Public Affairs Committee.
as in in these times writes, a July, again, this is the newsworthy stuff that these hosts should be bringing up, or anyone who's interviewing him or discussing him should bring up, because this stuff is interesting, considering how he's been framed. A July Zenith research poll shows Mamdani with a 17 points lead with New York Jewish voters. A second poll, also from July, by GQR Research, which was commissioned by an anti-Mamdani, pro-Israel organization, New York Solidarity Network, found Mamdani leading with Jewish New Yorkers by 12 points. Even an anti-Mamdani group could not find numbers that would hurt him.
Oh my God.
Jeffrey Lerner, Mr. Mamdani's communications director and one of his many Jewish advisors, said in a statement that it was, quote, no surprise that thousands of Jewish New Yorkers proudly cast their ballots for Zoran in the June primary, despite relentless fear-mongering from Republicans and the billionaire class. So some more data on this. 85% of young...
Okay, so actually, let's take a look at that.
Men support Zoran Mamdani. 79% of young women support him. 67% of Jewish people aged 18 to 44, 65% of black people aged 18 to 44.
So look at this. Look at this. Look at how many people support Zoran Mamdani right now. Between if every fucking look at all this. There is a lot of big support for Zoran. Look what Curtis Slowa, whatever the fuck you pronounce it is. Curtis here has 45% support from Staten Island, 41% from white Catholics, 40% from white union households, and 33% from white non-colleges. And what does Andrew Sexual Cuomo have? Well, he's got not really much. He's only got 42% black, 45 plus, Bronx Latinas 42%, Jews 45 plus, 38%, women 55 plus, 34%, also Latina 45 plus, 34%, age 55 to 64, 33%, considered like Orthodox Jews 33%, also age 65 plus, 32%, so is men 55 plus, also 32%, and white 45 plus, 29%. Everything else belongs, and all these numbers you see here are a big support for Zoran. And these two, easy loss. Because all this support right here for Zoran, then the other two fuckers. No, Mamdani wins 50% of East Asian registered voters. And 109, 82% of South Asian registered voters, and equals 55. So yeah, this tweet reads out from Primetime. 85% of young men support Zoran Mamdani. 79% of young women support Zoran Mamdani. 66% of Jewish people age 18 to 44 support Zoran Mamdani, and 65% of black people age 18 to 44 support Zoran Mamdani. Would you have guessed any of that would have the media has covered all of this? I would never guess that. I'm sorry. But it's the end of the line for Como and so on.
These numbers are interesting because this is not the message that most people are hearing. This is the stuff that is newsworthy, is worth discussing, is worth bringing up when talking to him. As a recent poll also showed, Staten Island, Mamdani is tied with Cuomo. This is a conservative area. This is the most conservative part of New York, yet he's tied for first. This also newsworthy.
Adams is now gone. That's why I put my finger over there.
Shows him leading by double digits.
He's out of
Again, this is not the thing that you would expect when hearing mainstream coverage of him or seeing these interviews. You'd think, oh my God, he's really going to have a big fight. And look, it is going to be still a fight in the race, considering how much money is behind Andrew Cuomo. But this is interesting stuff. These numbers are worth discussing. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on how The View handled those questions and Zoran's response to them.
Yeah, that was from the Rational National. Let me turn the camera back and read your comments. He was actually on the I Had It podcast, but I'm not gonna play it. It is 58 minutes long. It is almost an hour. I'll watch it myself. Actually, you know what I'll do? If you want to watch Zoran, who was on the I Had It podcast like in August, which was like 1 month ago, but now like really 2 months ago, I can throw this link into you in the chat, which was like 1 month ago. Oh shit. Oh god. Damn it. Chris Cavalente, welcome in. Yes, now I stream. Hello. Thank you for finding me. Please do hit that like, share, and subscribe. Please. Thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome in. Yes, I do stream every Friday afternoon, but I'm doing a primetime edition tonight. Thank you for coming out. And I hope you're enjoying the stream. I just finished watching a clip from the Rational National where Zoran Mandani went on the View and cooked the shit out of one of the hosts. Anyway, I'm throwing this link into the chat. This is from the I Had It podcast where Zoran Mandani went on there not too long ago and had an interview with them. So I had it. Podcast video. There we are. Alright, just a little something to throw into the chat. I will now read this. I think I need to read something from Sandy. I think she gave me something for the Substack. Where the fuck did it go? Oh shit. Alright, there it is. Alright. I hope I didn't miss it. I need to read this from Sandy's Substack real quick. It's not going to take really long before I get to the next clip. I'm going to, once this thing loads up, I will show you the thing. In the meantime, Del Salvador, welcome in. In the meantime, I'm going to read some comments. Let's see. Did you share your seed? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. This is the support from older black people and women I'm talking about is higher than I like. Hold up there. Stop playing. I didn't know you had a video. Yeah. Fuck. I didn't know this would have a video. This is better than chasing a fucking lizard. Now. Alright, now I got it. Alright. Okay. And then I've got what public commitment. I don't know. Alright, so this is from Sandy's Substack. We're gonna start with a video first. I think because she had this video up first. So this to me looks like two people from Palestine, or they're just big supporters of Palestine at a protest. This looks like they're in New York City. Let's take a look. I don't want to go to 25 seconds. I want to go to 4 seconds.
At the United Nations for the world leaders, and we as Jewish people are joining masses of right-minded people who are standing up and saying no. We are here to address the world and to encourage world leaders to take a stance. So many world leaders have taken a stance in the last couple of days, speaking here, addressing the United Nations, and we encourage the rest of the world. We as Jewish people are deeply embarrassed when all these crimes, this genocide, this starvation of little children, and this occupation altogether is being committed against the Palestinian people, and especially when this is being committed in our name, supposedly in the name of all Jews. And on top of all, our religion, the Jewish religion, is being misused to justify all these crimes. This is an embarrassment of our people, and this is a desecration of God's name. We are here to make it clear, to help people, to help government leaders overcome this massive propaganda and realize and understand that the state of Israel in no way represents world Jewry, and condemning the crimes of Israel is in no way anti-Semitic. If we are seeing crimes, those crimes are supposed to be stopped. They should be criticized and condemned, regardless who the perpetrators of them are. We are deeply pained when we see this catastrophe being inflicted on Palestine, but it's not only Palestinian people suffering. This is Jewish people as well. Unfortunately, we are seeing an endless cycle of bloodshed where everyone suffers. Little Palestinian children are starved to death. Jewish people the world over are endangered because of what's being done in our name. All of this is wrong, and we are challenging the Zionist propaganda, and we want people to understand that Israel is nothing about a self-defense. This is offensive from the day they started. This is criminal from the day they started. This is not the safety and security for the Jews. We didn't need safety and security in Palestine. We lived in Palestine in a beautiful peace prior to the 1920s, despite any differences of religions. Because the Jewish people at the time didn't have any agenda of oppressing the population of the land. It is the movement of Zionism which has destroyed that beautiful peace, and it's the continuous crimes which is fueling the endless cycle of bloodshed. If we truly want to see a better future, if we truly want to see safety and security for all, then we should stop the root cause the conflict. We should stop this occupation, and we have to stop it in its entirety, and then and only then we can hope to see once again a beautiful future. Thank you.
Yes, he was absolutely right. Everything he said was absolutely right. Because Israel right now is making it so not safe for Jewish people to live. Because genocide right now is not the answer to all your problems. Unfortunately, history does tell the story, but as right now at the end of this paragraph it says, is new history being made? As a part of this title, Israel genocide protest anti-Semitism, Trump and Netanyahu. This is from Sammy, bottom of the coffee house. The state of Netanyahu's Israel is creating more hatred for Jewish people than I've seen in my life. What is being said here is correct. Netanyahu is an embarrassment to the Jewish state and to all Jews. He has brainwashed and gaslit Israel's citizens into being hateful people. That is not what I see historically. Quote, anti-Semitism means prejudice against or hatred of Jews. In the United States, anti-Semitism incidents continue to rise yearly. Hatred of Jews can take many forms, including violent attacks. It also appears in daily life. End quote. Why is it rising in the U.S.? Simple. Most people are witnessing a genocide in real time on social media, like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, Blue Sky, maybe not so much Blue Sky, I don't know. Snapchat, maybe. You name it. And TikTok, which is about to be bought out by fucking right-wingers. However, most people in a hefty dose of history to really understand the bigger picture. It has taken me over 2 years to get to the point where I could even write on this. It's embarrassing, just to say. Anyway. Well, in addition to genocide, there are a number of other large-scale systematic crimes committed against civilian populations that fall under the category of mass, quote-unquote, mass exodus. These crimes include crimes against humanity, war crimes, ethnic cleansing, and mass killing, end quote. The United States Holocaust Museum. Read about the genocide and ask yourself this question. Why isn't Gaza and Palestine included in the description of countries that have and are experiencing genocide and ethnic cleansing? Read Stuart Esnett, the writer, a retired ambassador and a chairman of the United States Holocaust and Memorial Museum in Washington, D.C. The link right there is right there as you read the article. Anyway, this reason. Good night, Saul. I'll see you in the chats later this weekend. Have a good one. This is the reason why the museum website will not include the current events. While the author makes some valid points, he admits too much. So much. Both quote-unquote sides have their jurisdictions. What we are seeing today, inquiring minds to know. Minds want to know. Is it religion or territory? A question asked frequently. To me, I think it's both. I think it's both religion and territory. For Palestinians, the fight is mainly about ending occupation, achieving self-determination, and addressing refugees as ready for return. For Israelis, on the evil side, it's about securing the state's survival, defending borders, and maintaining sovereignty, whatever the hell you say it. For extremists on both sides, religion supercharges the narrative, quote unquote, God gave us this land, versus, quote unquote, it is holy Muslim land occupation, end quote. Well, extremists supercharge a religion, and they make it a cult, and it is a cult. I'm sorry, I hate to tell you it, but religion is such a goddamn cult. Even though that it's a hard time for Jewish people to live in Palestine right now. Because of Israel's crimes against humanity. Because Netanyahu should be locked up or put to death for his crimes of humanity and senseless killing of every person in Palestine, including women and children. The religious framing makes compromise harder, but the material struggle is about land, 1, power, 2, and rights, 3. Those are the 3 things the material struggle is about. Why is this happening in the first place? I need to review the history. Where you see the conflict traces back to the late 19th and early 20th centuries, when the Jewish migration to Ottoman and then British control of Palestine increased, especially after the Holocaust. See the problem here? Quote unquote, British control. Wow! It was British control back right in the late 19th century, early 20th century? Holy shit. Why did the British give up fucking Palestine and send it to Israel? Why? That's my big question. Why would they do it? In 1947, the UN proposed partition, a Jewish state and an Arab state. The Jewish leadership accepted, Arab leaders ejected. arguing it violated the rights of the Palestinian Arab majority. In 1940, the next year, in 1948, Israel declared independence. Surrounding Arab states invaded. Roughly 750,000 Palestinians were expelled or fled, which is what they call the Nakba, otherwise known as catastrophe. Since then, wars between 1967 and 1973, settlements, the occupation of the West Bank and Gaza, disputes over Jerusalem, and all centered on controlled land, borders, refugees, settlements, and statehood. Exactly. That's like, she has a fair point here. From all that I've read over the years, it seems like the whole world made more or less things of essentially, quote unquote, screwed it up. And screwed it up big time. After World War II, the trauma of the Holocaust created the need for a Jewish homeland. But the way it was handled sacrificed Palestinian rights instead of protecting both peoples. What should have happened after World War II is a solution rooted in justice for both peoples. Jewish survival and security after genocide, and Palestinian sovereignty and dignity in their own land. Problem is, they fucked up, and they didn't do a good job. They just, they wanted to fuck up. They weren't thinking. They just didn't give a fuck. Instead, the world tried to solve Europe's quote-unquote Jewish problem, referred to at the time as such, by imposing the cost of Palestinians, creating a wound that still bleeds today and leads to decades of war, Antifa's, terrorism, settlements, and occupation. Instead of building a framework where both peoples could thrive, the world, especially Britain and the U.S., now you can scratch off Britain, because I believe British have just recognized Palestine as a state. You can just she can only just now say the U.S. because Britain has now already declared recognized Palestine as a state. Outsourced the problem to Palestine. Planting the seeds for 75 years of bloodshed. In 1948, Israel declared independence. Arab states are invaded. 750,000 Palestinians were displaced, and Nakba, and the permanent refugee crisis was born. Now, she has a couple of videos in this article. Actually, has two. But this is a very, very long post, so I'm not going to go through all of it. So, what I'm going to do is going to just put it in the chat. And you can read it for yourself because it's a very, very long article. So I don't want to go through it all. So wait for me to put that in the chat in just a few seconds. Give me a few seconds. Let me turn my volume down. Let me go ahead, throw this in the chat for you guys. BCat, welcome in. How you doing, hon? Welcome back. I didn't see you there. Here we are. Go read that. That is on her Substack. That's a very, very long article, and it also has some videos there for you to watch. See, I knew you snuck in. Anyway, we watched Crystal Ball burn the shit out of Tommy Lauren, and we just watched Zoran cook the shit out of one of the hosts on The View. But now I got one more final clip for you before I call it. I got something from the Humus Report. This is actually their newest video. Oh, fuck. I did not want that. You'll see. Actually, well, you'll see. You'll see. I'm trying to find that video right now for you guys. I know it's the latest new video. Okay, this is the new video.
This country are going to start getting notifications that their insurance premiums are up to doubling. We're talking about...
Say that again.
Your insurance, your monthly insurance premiums are going to double for millions of people across the country.
At a time when we are already paying, by far, the highest prices in the world for healthcare at a time when people can't afford it right now. So what happens?
That means people getting bankrupt over chemotherapy, people going to the pharmacy and not being able to get their insulin. And frankly, it means a lot of Americans are going to be in danger. And Republicans want us to rubber stamp that. So what are we going to say to that, Bernie?
Well, I'll tell you, it's not only be in danger. Let's be clear. And it doesn't make me happy to have to say this. But there have been studies out there that when you combine doubling premiums for the ACA and then throwing 15 million people off of Medicaid and the ACA, the result is, according to studies at Yale and the University of Pennsylvania, 50,000 low-income, working-class Americans will die every single year.
Well, every single day, while you burn and suffer from also losing your chance to go to pharmacy, the idiots my fellow idiots in DC are trying to take your money and trying to take your pharmacy drugs. And we got a wacko job doctor. Let me be clear right now that I do believe that R.K. Jr. is a quack doctor that wants to take away your right to go to the pharmacy and let you take your medicine. Even though he hates vaccines so much, he's been jerking off too much to those quack doctors like Dr. Oz. I'm being very clear right now. I want you to be very clear and listen with your clear listening ears. And that's all I gotta say. Goodbye.
You just heard Senator Bernie Sanders and Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez explain just how fucked we would all be.
Wait a minute. I thought you were going to sleep, fool.
If the Affordable Care Act's premium tax subsidies were to expire. That's not their words per se, but I don't think that they would necessarily disagree with my characterization of the situation, given how bleak it is. Because between that and the Medicaid cuts, more than 50,000 Americans could die every single year, as Bernie Sanders pointed out. And that's not just a number, by the way. That could be your brother, or your sister, or a parent, or a coworker, or one of your friends, or you. So Democrats are trying to use the shutdown to get Republicans to agree to reverse some of the cuts to healthcare made in the big bullshit bill. Now, I, for one, think that Democrats should be asking for far more. Nonetheless, Republicans are collectively lying about what Democrats are actually asking for. They're claiming that Democrats are demanding free healthcare specifically for undocumented immigrants, and that's why they won't agree to this continuing resolution to keep the government open. It's all about immigrants. But that is a huge lie. That is not what Democrats are asking for. They're not that cool. Democrats don't even support free healthcare for Americans, let alone undocumented immigrants. They're simply trying to stop healthcare costs from skyrocketing within the next couple of months. And I'll tell you how much that cost is going to go up in a couple of moments. So first, I have to address this idea that immigrants shouldn't have health care. I think it's so disgusting that Republicans are trying to dupe Americans into supporting a rise in the cost of their own health care simply to prevent undesirables from getting it.
I love Fox News. The brainwashing for your grandmas and grandpas. You know, how the Republicans and Fox News like to dupe them and saying immigrants should not get health care.
Drives me insane. That is demented, immoral, ghoulish behavior because immigrants should be getting free healthcare. In fact, we all should be getting free healthcare. This is why I support
100%.
Medicare for all. But if you don't think that undocumented immigrants should have healthcare, one, you're a bad person. And two, them not having healthcare is actually bad for you as well, monetarily speaking. See, undocumented immigrants, they pay into our healthcare system through their taxes, yet they're not eligible to buy plans on the ACA exchanges that they're subsidizing. That's pretty fucked up. Some states have set up plans for undocumented immigrants, but that's few and far between. The fact is that immigrants are simply not eligible for federal health care programs. Republicans are lying to you about this. If you go on Twitter, they are pointing out how in the Democratic Party's demands, it says alien, and therefore that's evidence that they support undocumented people getting health care.
This is what from Representative Andrew Clyde. He says, yes, Democrats are demanding taxpayer-funded health care for illegal aliens. It's literally in the bill of text of radical funding. Okay, so he means this. This entire whole bill right here, as you can see, if I can zoom into the camera, subtitle E, other health provisions. That's section 3141, repeal of the health subtitle chances. Which is also called an act to provide for reconciliation pursuant to Title 2 of 2 Resolution 14th being repealed. And this is all the chapters and saying that they are like repealed. And in highlight and health, you see that one of these sections, it says alien Medicaid eligibility. And in this section where you see highlighted, it says alien Medicaid eligibility. Jesus Christ. What the hell is wrong with these people? Is it about all racism? Like, answer me that. Answer me that. Is it just like, you know, oh, we gotta kick immigrants out. It's the illegal aliens. The illegal aliens are here to attack us. They're so obsessed. Just like they're obsessed with trans people, they're really obsessed with taking away healthcare from quote-unquote illegal aliens. They're really obsessed.
It does not refer to undocumented immigrants, but since all they have are lies, they're trying to push this narrative.
This is why we're in the government shutdown. Well, I actually like the government shutdown right now because I want them to learn a lesson. Get the fuck off the podcast and do your damn jobs. Get off podcasts immediately. Because you know what? You people in DC right now are being fucking lazy. You're not doing your jobs. You're on podcasts every single fucking day. You're playing golf. You're not doing shit. You're all talk. You're not doing shit. Marissa decided she was going to come up for the weekend last minute, so I'm about to text in preparation. Oh shit. Good luck.
That it's all about immigrants, again, because they want you to blame immigrants. But ask yourself, what happens when an undocumented worker falls off of a ladder and has to go to the hospital? Well, thankfully, because of a law signed by Ronald Reagan, of all people, they could go to an emergency room and they would be seen. In fact, this is what happens for all Americans, including if they don't have health insurance, right? But if an immigrant or uninsured American goes to the emergency room, they get seen, but they're unable to pay the bill, what do you think happens?
They fucking
Prices go
sign
up
up
for everyone. Hence why a single-payer healthcare system is so crucial. Because when we're all in one big risk pool, it keeps prices down, and more importantly, it saves lives. Short of that, we have to keep pumping money into our predatory private system to offset the exorbitant costs. But it's better than the alternative, so that's what we have to do right now. But I say all this to say that it would be a net benefit to Americans if undocumented immigrants had healthcare too. But they don't. And that's really sad. And let's just pretend for a moment like there was no benefit for immigrants having healthcare to us. Like pretend that it's just about them and not about us. Imagine if an immigrant were to get into a deadly accident, a really serious accident, and they needed healthcare. Do you expect them to just like bleed out and die in the streets? We're talking about actual human
That'd be
beings
horrible.
who bleed red just like you and me. So this idea that it's somehow bad for undocumented immigrants to have health care is inhumane and gross. And I'm sorry, you don't get to call yourself a Christian if this is your effective position. So I wish that Republicans were right about Democrats fighting for health care for undocumented people. I wish they were right about half the shit they say about Democrats. They're communists, they're socialists, but they're not, they're lying. Having said that, if Democrats back down and our healthcare premiums do increase, I don't think people fully comprehend how much more expensive healthcare costs will become.
Of course, but as you know, the Republicans are not really Christians. They're fake Christians, and they're part of a cult. And they proclaim to be Christians when instead they just use it to speak hate. Mike speaking truth. Of course, he always speaks truth. That's why he's the head of the Left's Mafia. Again, it's really sad when you got these assholes thinking, this country was founded by under the church and God and Jesus. Like, this is Marjorie Taylor Greene. I want you to know that Jesus comes first in this country. You must respect our God. You must respect Jesus because this country was officially built by God and Jesus and my Jewish space lasers. Otherwise, my dumb supporters will never support me ever again.
They could double, or depending on a plethora of factors, triple. I'll say it again. Healthcare costs could triple if this subsidy goes away. So if you look at this graph with data from the Kaiser Family Foundation, courtesy of a guest column by Steve Ratner for the New York Times, you can see that the average 55-year-old couple making $85,000 a year pays $7,225 for their annual health care premium that they pay on the Affordable Care Act exchanges. That amounts to about $600 per month thanks to the enhanced tax credit. Now, the premium enhanced tax credit that we're referring to here, this was introduced under Biden in 2021, and they were expanded under the Inflation Reduction Act.
And
without it, the same couple's premium would cost $20,792 annually, which amounts to $1,732 per month, meaning that their healthcare plan would triple without that enhanced tax credit. And this is what Democrats are trying to stop from happening, but we're not done yet, because when you factor in the proposed increase in their annual premium as well, which happens every single year, that adds another $3,742 to this particular couple's annual bill, bringing the total to $2,044 per month. So, like it or not, this couple will still be paying more for health insurance, around $900 a month, when it's all said and done. But that's variable, because when you bring in the second...
So, in short, 55-year-old couples will be paying a lot of money, but let the rich pay less than that.
Portion of the graph, you can see that the distribution of proposed premium rates among the 300 companies offering insurance on the Obamacare exchanges, they're all raising prices, basically, most of them. The average is 18%, which is extremely high, but it surpasses 50% in some states like Arkansas. But this varies from state to state and based on your household income. So I'm going to link you to a tool from the Kaiser Family Foundation where you can input your information and get an estimate as to how much more you'll be paying without the enhanced premium tax credit. But needless to say, it would be catastrophic if the enhanced tax credit went away, given how high costs already are. We're talking about monthly healthcare expenses that are comparable to rent now. But the reality is that most Americans simply wouldn't be able to afford that, and they would just end up losing their healthcare coverage, meaning that they face bankruptcy if they end up having a medical emergency, which is still a possibility, even if you have insurance, because God forbid you ride an ambulance and they take you to a hospital that's out of network, or you undergo a procedure and your health insurance company chooses to not cover it. But I mean, without insurance, a medical emergency would definitely financially ruin so many Americans, and it's already the case that medical debt is usually the number one cause of bankruptcy in this country every single year. But without that shitty overpriced insurance that we can still buy through the exchanges, things would be so much worse. And the enhanced premium tax credit was so successful that it doubled the rate of Obamacare enrollees. You can see from this graph, also courtesy of the New York Times, that it did a fairly good job at stabilizing healthcare costs overall, while leading to an explosion in new enrollees, which benefits all of us because more Americans having healthcare keeps costs lower for everyone. But if you look at the next graph, you can see why 50,000 more Americans are going to die every single year.
Oh, Jesus, look at this. Death by many codes. Without a deal, the number of uninsured Americans will rise. This is part of the graph here. Obamacare enhanced tax credit expiration. 2025 Trump law. Tax law changes to Obamacare and 2025 Trump tax law changes to Medicare. Medicaid. This is all a bunch of these colors on the chart here. It's going from 50 million all the way down to at least under $30 million in 2021. Then we go back to a resurgence when Biden, the downward was when Biden was president. But now we go back into this upward whatever surge, but still I believe this is going to go down some more. I don't know if we can ever make it to 2035. But on this side, we talk about healthcare spending cuts by provision. The work requirements on 26%, low provider limits on 12%, more frequent Medicaid eligibility checks would be 5%, others 5%, repeal of rules by eligibility renewal 10%, increased difficulties of states applying Medicaid to 15%, and an expiration of Obamacare enhanced tax credit would be 27%, which is pretty fucking stupid. And that's where this comes from. This comes from the New York Times.
Because with the combined cuts to Medicaid and changes to tax law in the big bullshit bill and the death of the enhanced tax credit, you can see that around 17 million Americans in total will lose their health care by 2035. And it's death by 1,000 cuts. There's the arbitrary work requirements, as if it's good to deny life-saving health care to somebody that doesn't work. There's the repeal of rules simplifying eligibility and renewal, so less people are able to get it. Not to mention the Americans who would lose Medicaid due to a lack of state funding, and a whole host of other small changes that amount to the Affordable Care Act effectively being gutted. And Radner argues that that's what this is really about. Republicans couldn't repeal Obamacare outright, so they found a million different ways to undermine it and make it useless. It's what they always do. They gut government programs, make them less effective, and then they point to that as evidence that government-run programs don't work because they don't think that the government should work for the people. And they want you to think that the government can't work for the people. But the truth is that the government can be effective and work for the people. It's just a matter of fine-tuning it to represent the people and not oligarchs. Trump and his cronies reworked the government to be even more favorable to the rich. So government works. It's just a matter of who you're making it work for. But did you know that in Trump's big bullshit bill,
government only works for the rich, not for the middle class.
They actually provided a provision in there that lets rich people write off yachts, racehorses, and private jets. Do you think that's going to benefit the F4? But did you know that in Trump's big bullshit bill, they actually provided a provision in there that
racehorses, yachts, private jets, the wealthy are getting a nice great thanks to Trump. Fuck that. Fuck that. This is why Trump sucks dicks of the billionaires. Actually, let's reverse that. The billionaires suck the dick of Donald Trump. Such a fucking disaster. They sabotaged by Obama every step by taking advantage of good faith negotiations, and now they're just in charge. They're just bulldozing. This is why the left, not the Democrats, need a chance in merit. Yes, Chris. The left needs to get a chance. We, the leftists, need to step up and get a chance in power and kick the Democrats and the Republicans out of office, and especially these legacy politicians that have been in office for so long that they need to go. They need to get the fuck out. They need to go. Because they're money-hungry politicians that they want. These racehorses, yachts, private jets, More. They want to give it all to the billionaires.
Lets rich people write off yachts, racehorses, and private jets. Do you think that's gonna benefit the average, mom in Tuscaloosa working a 9 to 5? Do you think she's gonna benefit much from that?
Nope.
They did that shit. It is straight up class warfare, and while they're robbing you blind, they're trying to convince you that it's immigrants and trans people who are the real problem, because they know that if you're still fixated on the wrong 1%, you'll be too busy fighting each other to take on the crooks at the top. And Americans fall for it every single time.
Of course.
Think about that. Republicans got Americans to think that the combined 5 trans athletes in K through 12 schools across the entire country, that's the actual number, by the way, look it up, is more of a threat to their children than poverty and income inequality.
In the chat.
We're told that immigrants are taking all of our jobs while we're being replaced with robots as we speak, and you can see it. It's embarrassing. Like, an immigrant isn't the one at the grocery store who checks you out. You do that yourself now with robots. Like, why do you think they're cutting education? Because if they can keep you too stupid and illiterate to see what's really happening, they can keep taking advantage of you.
And this is why they want to have PragerU in every fucking state. So we can, whitewash kids with fucking, Dennis Prager's stupid educational shit from courtesy of his own little thing called PragerU. Hey, this is Dennis Prager. I would like to contact the state of such and such. I would like to provide your school system with my anti-woke shit educational videos to brainwash kids. I would like to do it right now. If you just sign my little contract, that would be very awesome. It'll make me get more money and sex with my wife. Even though I'm 70-something years old, I need to get the fuck off the radio and the television at this point. Even though I am still a pussy to not debut Sam Cedar. I am a complete pussy to debate Sam Cedar because he thinks he's right about me divorcing my 3 ex-wives when I only had 2. Actually, in reality, I had 3. He's right about me and my 3 ex-wives. He turns you.
That's how they maintain and reinforce the capitalist status quo that served them all so well. So, Bernie Sanders...
Hey, I think I did much of a pretty good Dennis Prager impersonation.
And AOC are 1,000% right. Things are about to get a whole lot worse if our health insurance ends up doubling or tripling, because the odds are your rent is also going to go up too. The cost of living is going to continue to rise as well. Your electricity is going to go up because of these AI data centers. And, if things keep getting more expensive and you end up falling through the cracks and become homeless, the cantankerous cunt dictator in the White House is just going to send in the troops to push you into society entirely. And they'll repeat this process again and again and again until there's no one left except for rich, white, Christian nationalists. But you should know that they're turning this into a conversation about immigrants specifically because they want to distract you from the fact that they're bleeding you dry. If the government frees up more resources by paying less to subsidize healthcare, well, think of all the other things that they can use that money for. They could fund more tax cuts for the rich or bombs for their defense contractor donors, right? They could buy more from them, bomb children. Like, they don't want to use that money to help us. They want to use that money to help themselves. And if you fall for their anti-immigrant class warfare bullshit again, you're not just a bad person. You're a useful idiot for the oligarchs who are robbing you blind. So
and
wake
you're also
up.
a sellout.
The humanist report is fake.
It's fake.
Much only tells Richie Bernie and his wacky socialist ideas. I'm unsubscribing.
So I'm unsubscribing. Yeah, anyway, that was the humanist report. And it's absolutely right at the end. Because if you fall for that shit again, you're just a fucking useless idiot. You're just a sellout. You are just a fucking sellout, and you want to be a sellout to these money-hungry politicians. I just wanted to show you something else on the human sport. Otherwise, and I'm gonna read a few comments. No, get out of here and probably send you all the pep talks. Actually, no, just kidding. He's in. Just kidding. I lied. He ended. Where the hell is Dusty Smith? I could send y'all to Dusty Smith because he's still going. I don't care what y'all say. I'm gonna put that in the chat. Right after I read a couple comments. I'm gonna read these couple comments and I'm gonna get the hell out of here. 2 streams in one day. What a surprise. Let me see. PragerU literally went from the left is interconnection children to yes, we want to interconnect children. Therefore, we bring documents to children. That's a fucking literally. That's what they want. That's what they want you to think. That they want to always. They want to have the quote unquote best education for children. When their education is full of shit. I can tell you that. When's Luigi coming back? Luigi, oh my god. I gotta say, he'll be back soon. He'll be back soon, bitch. Mike is always making the best hilarious mixes using these comeback codes. For real, Chris. Mike's outros are the best on YouTube. Damn right. The image report is the best. You guys have a good one, you LT9K. I hope I'll see you around in the chats. I can't wait for your next Friday stream. Yeah, come back next Friday. Back from my regular show, I do it after the majority report, so please, come by. Come by after the majority report next Friday afternoon. And then at the end of this month, I do have Amy Fitzgerald, so do come by. I will be on in the afternoon next Friday. I am in the afternoons after the majority report. Come on by, and yeah, and I'll see you in the chat. Thank you for coming, Chris. Have a good one. And let me see if y'all have any more comments before I send y'all to Dusty Smith. I don't see any more comments. That means I can get the hell out of here, and I can send y'all to Dusty Smith, because I need to eat. So what I'm going to do... Wait a minute. Are y'all still obsessed with the fucking lizard? The lizard is gone. The lizard ran out of the crack of the one of the backyard doors. Hold the hell on. You people are so obsessed with me chasing a lizard that I did that earlier today. Hold the fuck on. I was just about to send y'all to Dusty Smith. Now that y'all put the fucking emojis of a lizard. Enjoy the rest of your night, LT9K. Great stream. Oh, thank you. I will see you next Friday. Yeah, that's Luigi. Yeah, that's Luigi the fucking lizard. But Luigi the lizard, he'll be back soon. He probably have to go out on a date with his girlfriend. His girlfriend being Marjorie Taylor Greene the lizard. Good night, HBX. Anyway, yeah. But, no, BCAT doesn't know about the lizard. I'm sorry. She didn't see the earlier stream where I was chasing this fucking lizard in my kitchen, in the bathroom, and in the TV room, where it finally just disappeared. She's gonna watch that later. But right now, I'm about to send you motherfuckers to Dusty Smith. Thanks for streaming. Interesting content. Don't know when in the tablet. Don't know how you will top the lizard next week, or have you jump the lizard. Well, the lizard actually exited the crack of the door. So he's gone. I don't know. So right now I'm going to put Dusty Smith's link into the chat, and we're gonna go there. To now/5, and I'm going to pin this message. Oh shit. I do not want that. I want to pin my message. I want to pin this. There we go. Alright. We're going to click on that link. I saw you posted to GNN Discord, by the way. That's how I found your stream. Oh, okay. That's why you found me. Alright. Anyway, let me do this one more time. Or you can click on the link in the pinned message. Yeah, go over to Dusty Smith. Join it for the last few seconds.
Start the next section. Please prepare yourself for the shock you're about to endure, folks.
Actually, yeah, he's still live. He's shitting on the Christians right now. So why don't you go join him and say hello and tell him I sent you there. And I will see you next Friday afternoon, same time, same channel. And please hit the like, share, and subscribe, and to be notified. And yeah, everybody, please go say hello to Dusty Smith. Please go say hello to that chat, and especially one of the moderators, Rude Interplanet Janet. Everybody, and please be kind there as you go watch Dusty, longtime atheist from Mississippi, shit on the Catholics. Anyway, next Friday afternoon, no problem, DCAT, and I will see everybody next Friday afternoon. Thank you for joining me for this primetime edition of my show. And what do I always say when we leave the chats? Stay woke, stay gay, and peace on. Now click that link, and we'll go over to Dusty Smith. Good night, everyone. Go over to Dusty Smith. Switch the fuck over. Now.